Hi, chat. Hello, hi. I'm streaming super early today. Holy shit. Probably a good idea to explain why I'm streaming so early today, if I'm being honest. So, I am not at work experience anymore. I've said this multiple times in the previous 2 streams that we've done. But I am home alone. I know I said last time in the last Deltarune stream that I was going to do a drawing stream to finish off those Otherworld panels. But Mr. Dumbass over here thought, you know what would be cool? You know what would be awesome? Just a tiny bit of this. So let me make sure my audio level is coming through fine. Mr. Dumbass over here thought, you know what would be cool? You know what would be awesome? Just a tiny bit of this. Yeah, that's good enough. It's 11 in the morning, dog. Yeah, I know it's 11 in the morning. I'm making the most of the time I have home alone. So, yeah. Also, hi, Kelton. How you doing, buddy? Are you doing good today? Are you doing fun? Hopefully you're all good. And other shit like that. So, today's stream, it's just going to be another music stream. It's going to be Take 2, as I've called it. And I'm not going to be using BandLab today, because the delay was pissing me off, quite frankly, in the last music stream. I'm doing swell? Ah, that's good. That's good to hear. Glad you're doing good today. Just tired. Ah, fair enough. To be fair, who isn't tired in this day and age? We're all EP goobers at the end of the day. But yeah, so I'm going to be using what I usually record for, more so the current album that I'm working on. That being Soundtrap. That piece of shit finally had some bug fixes and is actually somewhat kinda decent now. So, here's the thing. Here's Soundtrap. This is what this looks like. And, yeah. So, I'm gonna get the stream up on my phone just so I can keep track of if OBS decides, hey, you know, it'd be really funny. Let's just get rid of, like, the window so you can't see it. You know what I mean? Because it does that sometimes. OBS loves to fuck up. So, yeah. Bye-bye free-to-use software. Shit! Not the free-to-use swell. But yeah, so you might notice that I'm not using a Fujitech today as well, because if I sit in a Discord call while recording music, it freaks Soundtrap out, and I can't begin to imagine the amount of technical issues I would have if I, sat in a Discord call with OBS open, running through not only my normal microphone, but my guitar as well, because I have my guitar plugged in once again. I'm using my Cruiser RX 700 today. Might swap out guitars later on for a different one if we get some ideas down. But for the most part, got my RX 700 with me today. Ran through my pedal board, obviously going into my Behringer interface. So, yeah. Oddteeth, I remember your music stream take 2s. Hi, Guizito. Hi, buddy. How you doing? You doing good today? Hope you're doing well. You could also just use PNG Tuba. I could use PNG Tuba, you're right, but that also requires mic inputs, and I, honest to God, struggled with PNG Tuber towards like the latter half before switching to Fujitech because it was lagging a lot and it was generally fucking up. But for the time being, I'm a proper PNG tuber, just straight up PNG. So yeah, what cool beats, what fire beats we cook into this, chef? I don't know. If I'm being honest, I'm just gonna do whatever comes to mind. So we've got it titled already as Stream Track, because why the hell not? And I'm gonna set the tempo to 158, because why the hell not? I love a higher tempo song. It's pretty damn good. So hopefully this will go significantly better than the BandLab stream did, because the delay for that was pissing me off. Thankfully, I don't have monitoring on Soundtrap, which is one of the things. Can you be a JPEG tuber? That's the new trend. Honest to God, right? That would be funny as fuck. So I might try that. I might try that at some point, Melton. But yeah, so Soundtrap doesn't have any in-ear monitoring. When are you becoming a WebP tuber? Oh god. I fucking hate WebP files, so that's probably never gonna happen. So, because Soundtrap doesn't have any in-ear monitoring, I'm having to rely on my actual interface's monitoring, which doesn't have ungodly amounts of delay. GIF tuber, becoming the excellent tuber. Oh god. So my guitar tone doesn't sound as heavy as like some of the shit that I've played at the beginning of other streams, because it's running directly through my pedal board, and the distortion I have is more of an overdrive pedal. It is a Joyo Vintage Overdrive with a little Susie sticker on it, Susie Deltarune. So yeah, it doesn't have as much gain on it, but that's where these come into play, these little effects on Soundtrap here. Let me switch my audio thing so it's not picking up my microphone. There we go, it's picking up my actual guitar now, that's pretty good. That's what we want to see. Bro, that spooked me. Very cool though, hell yeah. So, I'm gonna program in, really quickly, just a simple little drum beat. So, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare. Alright, and because it'll make it sound nicer, some hi-hats as well. Just gonna get like a little foundation down for a beat, just so I've got something to work with. Oh my god, he's should. Oh my god. Hello, should. Should teeth. There you go. Alright, let's see how this sounds. Alright, does that sound good, chat? Is that coming in too loud, or is that too quiet? The drums. Let me know, please, because I really do need to find out. In fact, I could probably listen to the... Alright, yeah, that sounds pretty good. Are you releasing this in Soul Fountain? I want to see this delicious banger. There is a good chance, Guizito, that this will be for Soul Fountain. Most of the stuff that I'm hoping to do today is going to be for my album. Hopefully, if I don't get distracted by playing stupid covers. I thought it was going to be that intro. Are you talking about that intro? To which, behave yourself. Behave yourself, Melton. Good lord, man. Nah, it's alright, honestly. If it was that intro, yeah. By the way, we also need to give Mike a Halloween costume. We do, yes. I'm gonna get around to that. Maybe I might do it in the next drawing stream if I finish those Otherworld panels, but I am planning on doing that tomorrow for the usual drawing stream, so... Oh god, it is that intro. Behave yourself, Milton! Fuck's sake! Killing myself in Minecraft, of course. But yeah, so... These two effects here, on some of the songs that I have played before... Namely, the Scooter Tunes one that I showed off, I think, in the last Deltarune stream or the stream before. I can't remember when it was. I think it was the Deltarune one, because we were waiting for Gabby to come back. The tone for that, as you can tell by my pedalboard sound, sounds nothing like those songs did. That's where these two effects come in, the equalizer and the classic distortion. This one does most of the heavy lifting in terms of giving it the chunkiness that it has. So, I will... Oh, fucking volume calibration. I forgot about this. There we go. Right. I don't need a tuner. Fuck off. Alright, here we go. So, you'll hear in a second that this distortion effect does most of the heavy lifting in terms of the tone. So let me put this in the middle so that it's not, you know, going into the left side of my ears, and your ears for that matter. You can tell already, sounds significantly different, and we don't have that stupid fucking delay with the rest of the instruments that BandLab had. So, we're cooking with gas here, chat. So, I'm going to mix the... Well, not mix, but see if I can get the drums to be a little bit lower in volume. There you go, that's a good volume. Right. That was a test riff. That wasn't going to be what we're going to stick with. So, let me, for one, extend this normally, and then add a bit more to the drums. There we go. Alright. That should sound all right now. Okay. Wait, it's you. Hello, Potassium. Welcome to the stream. I thought we could make a Halloween thematic song into the stream's waiting time during October. Honest to God, I will probably do that in my spare time because I do want to kind of get that. But I'm using this stream purely as an excuse to sit down and work on my album a bit more because I need to start working on that because I have 4 weeks off from work, essentially. So I need something to do in the meantime that's not gaming. So, yeah, I will make some Halloween-themed shit, just, you know. Why your PNG static? Because I am not using a Fujitech for today's stream. It would cause a shit ton of technical issues if I sat in a Discord call by myself with, not only my guitar plugged in, but Soundtrap open as well, the thing I'm using to record the music. That would cause so many technical issues, and I don't want to deal with that, so I just resorted to, you know, just using the PNG. So this is one of the few times I'm an actual PNG tuber. What's your album about? At the minute, it's just an album. It's just whatever topics in songs come to mind kind of thing. It's going to be more leaning towards, like, punk rock-ish kind of stuff, heavy metal, as opposed to the groove and thrash metal shit that I do. But, yeah, there's not really, like, a solidified topic. It's a toffee album. Topic. So, yeah, there'll definitely be a lot of variance in, like, tracks and shit. So I'm gonna turn on the metronome because I realized the thing wasn't on. And I'm also going to make a little fill at the end here. Also, I will say in advance, because I just remembered, I have some parcels coming today, chat. So if I have to go AFK for a minute a couple times, I will apologize for that in advance. My USS Excelsior model from Star Trek The Search for Spock is coming today, as well as some guitar strings, because I managed to rewire my blue guitar yesterday. And some stuff for my mom as well, so I will have to apologize for that in advance, like I said. So let's see what this fill sounds like. That sounds pretty decent. Let's get some of these on the toms. So it sounds like... Yeah, there we go. And then loop that so we've got a bit of a longer beat. Nice. I've always wondered why they're called toms, in all honesty. Those ones. I'll probably look that up after the stream. But for now, let's... I'd say we bump up the tempo to 171. I kind of want to give it a bit more speed, you know? A bit more fast, a bit more fun. So, let me... I like that. That's a nice riffage collection there. Let's see what that sounds like. Let me unpan the thing. I should probably record these on this track here, because this one hasn't got any track panning. So I'll move that back down to the left side and see what this sounds like. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh, that does sound pretty damn nasty, actually. Alright, we're keeping that riff. Or at least those riffs. That was pretty fucking good. So, track panning shit now. Basically, what I have to do is play those riffs again 2 more times, to the best of my ability, on these 2 tracks, because these are panned to the left and to the right. So, essentially, what that will do, it will give the track an overall larger sound. So, it's not a simple case of me being able to be like, oh, well, if I want it to have a massive sound, why not just copy-paste the things? No, it doesn't work like that, because this track here, this one that we just recorded in, has the same kind of frequencies and wavelength. If I were to copy and paste the track into both these ones, for example, so if I mute these 2, this is what it sounded like anyway. Sounds pretty alright with that. But if I unmute these 2 with the copy-pasted track from here on both channels, notice how it doesn't sound like it's track panned whatsoever. It sounds the exact same. So, in order to get it to sound like it is track panned and massive as shit, I have to record that in 2 more times. So, waking up to an odd stream feels heavenly. Hi, Rory Knight. Hello. Good morning to you. good friend. It's nice to see you here. I'm recording music. Alright, I've got to remember how the riff goes, so I've got to listen through to it first. Short-term memory. Alright. Alright. So it's... I think. Again, my short-term memory is very fucking shit. So I might have to record this riff in segments, which is probably going to be easier for me. So let me listen through to it one more time, just to make sure it sounds right. Turn down the volume of the metronome. Alright, I think it's that. This is essentially my recording process. I record riffs in, and if I don't spend time actively memorizing them, I forget them very quickly. So a lot of the riffs that I do, like this one for example, I immediately forgot. So I'll move this one up to here, so it's in one ear and I can hear the guitar that I'm using for monitoring. So yeah. Notice how I fucked that up immensely. I need to figure out what the fucking thingy sounds like again. God damn it. Alright, it's just a... Alright, good. Okay, take a shot every time I say alright or okay. You will be on the floor. Let's get his shit recorded in then. I've got to remember that crescendo as well. That rising bit there. That bit. Because I forgot that bit again. There you go. That's what I wanted. So, because I have recorded 2 different takes in now of the same riff, it should, theoretically, sound pretty nasty. So let's give it a listen. What program am I using? I am using Soundtrap for this. I know I've said before in some of my Soul Fountain videos that I would be ditching Soundtrap and switching over to BandLab, but the last BandLab stream I did, the only other music stream that I did as well, the 50 subscribers ones, kinda went a bit wonky. So for the time being, I'm recording in Soundtrap, and it's alright. It's not the most stable thing in the world, but they have done some bug fixes by the looks of it. So for the most part, yeah, it gets the job done. It's online as well. It's a browser one, so anyone can use it. You just gotta sign up for it, I think. So there is paid stuff in it, but honest to God, let me show you actually how much stuff is paid for. If I just go on the pianos on their own, look at all these ones that have things underneath the actual name of the preset. Yeah. Over 90% pretty much is a paid for thing. So, if you want to sound good, you gotta fork out the cash. And I'm fairly certain as well, for me at least, it's like 15, 20 quid for like the base level cheapest subscription to this fucking thing. So, yeah. I'm getting a phone call from suspected spam. Piss off! Let me check that actually, really quickly. I'm sorry for derailing your chat, but I just got a phone call, or an attempted phone call, from a number. Oh, it's a fucking brisk thing. Fucking shitty internet providers that I don't give a shit about. Fuck off. They keep trying to get in contact with that. Alright. Anyway, that aside, soundtrack. That's the program I'm using. So, yeah. Right. Because this here is what I'm going to consider the intro for now. That could be a good intro or like a breakdown riff, really. I'm going to crank up the drive on my overdrive pedal. Surprise, surprise. I wonder what that feature does. Sounds a bit more heavy. See if you can hear the difference. Makes it sound a bit more gainish. It's got a lot more power behind it. So this is what I am going to use for like a solo channel. So a little that kind of shit. So yeah. Let me move my microphone wire out of the way as well because it's getting in the way of things. Alright. So for solos and stuff, I tend to just noodle about, basically. I don't have any writing behind them, and ones that I like, so most of the stuff you can hear on my Soul Fountain shit, which is down in the description, by the way, as is a Discord server and my webcomic. A lot of the solos that I do tend to just be random little jams that I do, so like... There's a bit of the incarnate solo for you, or at least the first incarnate solo. That was just a little jam thing that I did, but because it's quite an easy, like, box scale pattern, so it was very easy to memorize. So some solos I could remember, some solos I could not. Most of the time I try to remember the solos I write as best as I can, as is supposed to be the case as a guitarist, but yeah. So I'm gonna jam some shit, and hopefully this will sound decent in massive quotations. Let me move the bass channel up as well, because we're gonna record bass in afterwards. See what I mean? It's just me jamming out to the track. So how does that sound? Could be better, in my opinion. But yeah, that's what I do for the most part for solos. I just fuck around and find out in a good way. So for bass, what I do is I don't go and grab a bass guitar, because I don't own one. What I do is I turn off pretty much all of my pedals, including the noise reducer that I have. As you can tell, probably through OBS. It's a lot lower in tuning now, because I use my Digitech Whammy Ricochet for the bass. Basically meaning... basically. God damn it. -2 for that one. It's drop tuned, basically. An entire octave. So, I'm going to record in the bass now. If I can remember how the actual riff goes. Whoops. Happened again. Shit. Yeah, so let me bring up the bass a little bit on the soundtrack's end. Just in case. I have to remember the phrasing as well. It's gonna take a while, but this is what it's like. Yeah, it's a very stop, start, repeat, and try and get it right process when it comes to me recording music. Sometimes I do a lot better than other songs, but yeah. Alright, I'm curious, because hold on. Hold on, let me listen to this side really quickly. Ah, right, okay, I see where I'm going wrong. Okay, that was just me being dumb, as per the norm. Alright, I wasn't too happy with the ending of that, but... Alright. So that's essentially what I do when it comes to recording simple riffs and shit. I'm going to switch over to a different track now. One that I started a while ago, the Scooter Tunes one from the other night, and I'm gonna see if I can record in a guitar solo for that, because that really does need a solo. Maybe. So, yeah. Hopefully, if all goes well, shit will get done. In the meanwhile, how are we, chat? Are we good? Are we great? Are we hunky-dory-dee? You know the things that I usually say by now. Oh, wait, no, that's what I should do. I should record, re-record one of the grinding power tracks, like I wanted to a while ago. So, Misk Soul Fountain. There it is, Sanctuary re-recorded. I did actually start recording Sanctuary in the night and Grinding Power, I believe, a while ago. For The Journey by Soul Fountain. Where's Zito when you need him? And, that didn't go as well as I'd hoped when I was recording them. I wanted to get some grinding power stuff on that wasn't just Crowned and Exterminate, but I couldn't get them right for the life of me, so yeah. Alright. So, here is the Sanctuary re-recording. I currently have only the drums in it. I did record the entire thing in at one point, but in terms of how far I got with it overall, it wasn't very far. So, yeah. I'm gonna delete some of these tracks just to clean up this file a little bit more. I'm fairly certain a lot of those were like vocal takes and shit. So, lead tone, get rid of that, and get rid of them. Alright, so we've only got the Lament guitar tone for the time being, which should be just the clean stuff. Maybe we got -3. Alright, so I'm just gonna jam out the clean shit to this track for a bit and hope to God that, you know, all goes well. Alright, let me check how that sounds first. Let me turn the drums down as well. That sounds... Ah, that's why, because I have a shit ton of effects on it that I don't want. Alright, that's the kind of sound I'm after. So... let me try that again. Whoops. Because this one's a very, funnily enough, difficult clean riff. Even though it's one of the most simple ones I've written, it's a pain in the arse, and it's probably with the way that I'm actually sat with my guitar. So I had it set in a classical position as opposed to the on your lap kind of thing. On your leg. So that might be one of the reasons it was doing it like that. But anyway. Take 3. We'll go about as that far. We'll go that far, I'd say, for now, because I've just remembered there is a part that could actually help me remember when the vocal melody stuff kicks in. Not to say that I will be recording vocals today, because I won't be. Mainly just guitar stuff, but let me get that turned off for one. The fucking auto AI mastering, which, why? If memory serves me rightly, the mastering on this website is absolute dog shit anyway, so get it up to 85%. There we go. Alright, so it's about bar 15. And sometimes Soundtrap loves doing this thing where it keeps going. It skips it forward for some dumb fucking reason, and I hate it. But hopefully that sounds decent enough. Alright, I'll try that again, because I did actually screw up that ending bit, so... That's what I wanted. And because this is a harmony section, I have to harmonize this now. So if I can remember how to play it... There we go, alright. 9th fret? Yes, 9th fret on the D string. There we go. Right, this channel, preferably. accidentally knocked my guitar pickup switch into the middle position. Whoops. Yeah, it'll be fine. So let's hear what that sounds like now. So, yep, there we go. Alright, I'm going to record the initial harmony section again, because it felt a little bit out of time. At least I will when I remember to activate my pedals. Oops. I might want to do that first. Alright. There we go. It loves flicking back into the middle position, the toggle switch. I don't know why. This stupid guitar. Always making me look bad. Alright, I think one thing that would help now is if I recorded the other half of the clean channel, so the other side. So we turn up my guitar again, turn off all my pedals, and 2, 3, 4. I'm recording on the wrong track. Fuck you, Soundtrap. God damn it. I hate it when it does that. Doesn't go onto the right track even though you ask it to. With that tick. That one was going bad all the time. God damn it, man. I could play guitar, I swear. I do write some decent music. Just give me like 500 years to get a song right. How long have we been streaming for? 50 minutes. Doesn't feel like 50 minutes. I'm probably gonna make this a 2.5 hour stream. Like usual, just so I know I get stuff done. But, yeah. I like how that sounded with the clean thing. Hi, Zeta, how you doing? You just got home? Fair enough, fair enough. How was your whatever it was that you were doing? Well, hopefully it was enjoyable. A lot more enjoyable than this, what I'm doing right now. It's good to see you though, buddy. It's good to see you as usual. So, I'm gonna duplicate one of those clean tracks again, but I'm gonna put it in the middle, and I'm gonna get rid of the stereo chorus, because I liked the kind of blend between a chorus channel and a non chorus effect channel then. It was coming through on my monitoring quite nicely. So the neck pickup in my RX 700, I don't know if these are branded or like that, but this was very, very nice. Did that Steam notification just show up on Chrome's end, or would it not? Because I think that's just a window capture. I think it might have not shown up. Yeah, well. If it did, sorry for the Steam notifications, chat. But yeah, I'm going to record that in one more time, just to see how nice it sounds. And I'm also going to mute the lead tracks here, because they were very loud and I could not hear my clean channel. So, there we go. Take 5. I messed that up. Oops. Yeah. Alright. Let me try that again. I'm gonna mute the left side, or the right side even, just so I can hear my bit better. My guitar. There we go. That's the take. That's the one that I want to hear. Let's see how this sounds. That sounds pretty decent, I would say. So now I need to record a bass channel. So let me get my preset collection, bass tone, and drop an octave, basically. So now I just need to record in a simple bass line. So I'm going to mute the left and right tracks. I'm going to mute the upper half of the harmony, but I'm going to keep these two active as well as the drums, because those are the ones that I realistically need the most. Let's begin! And a Spammels reference for there. I was a bit too early on the... I don't know what went wrong there, but something happened. Whoops. Got a bit too eager with it. I think that's what it might have been, chat. Nope. Yeah, you can see what I mean by a lot of my bass lines tend to just follow the guitar stuff. From that little rant I had the other day on a different stream. But, yeah. Alright. Let me bring in these two guitars. And because the bass is the only track for some reason that does this. Alright, that sounds pretty good. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add some chorus onto these harmony parts, just to see how they sound really quickly. At least if Soundtrap wants to stop wigging out, Jesus Christ. Alright, they sound good, but they could do with a bit of delay on them as well. So, 4/4 note, add effect. There we go. And there we go. 1/4 note. Soundtrap, stop fucking freaking out. This is what I mean, like, there are still some major bugs within Soundtrap that tend to cause a little bit of issues every now and then, and it, like, constantly speeding up, skipping forward on its own accord is one of them that really needs fixing desperately. I don't know if that's a browser thing on my end, or if that is a Soundtrap thing, but either way about it, it annoys the hell out of me, so yeah. Right. I think, if I'm just going to listen to this one more time really quickly, just to be sure on if it's good. I'm going to see how it sounds without that middle clean channel. That thing. You can see what I mean by it's annoying. Alright, I think that sounds good. We'll continue working on this after I go and check if any of my parcels have arrived. So, I'm gonna go BRB chat. I will be back momentarily. And we will continue on with Sanctuary in the Night. Re-recorded. Nearly forgot the word then. And, yeah. So, while I go and check my parcels and stuff, I will play the original version of the song I'm re-recording. As if by magic, grinding power, the track appears in my recommendations to conveniently take me to my Soul Fountain channel, which is down in the description, should you want to listen to some of these tracks for yourself that I am re-recording today. So, let me get the song up before I go, I should stress. Preferably not the playlist version, because that will jump straight onto an equipment video after the fact. So, yeah. Right. I'll be back in a minute, chat. So, sit tight, and more music to come. concern within deep sleep keep me crying for hours. Then along came the voices to save him from the dark. This boy found solace in ours, where eyelids never part. Fearing life in the world, one that's never still and won't go his way, filled with horrors worse than the dark, and ones he can't change. Oh, to be in a world full of wonder, this scared young man craves. Not spinning the codes, nothing but pure dark fantasy, manipulator of his hot dreams. Trapped inside a world untold. Alright, I'm back, chat. I'm back. Sorry about that. There was no parcels or anything of the sort. So, yeah. No USS Excelsior just yet, unfortunately. Right, so, let me double check on... There was no parcels or anything of the sort. YouTube had it covered. Just making sure it sounds alright. Forgive me. That'd be fine. Anyway, so I got some water just to keep myself hydrated. You know, usual shit. It's usually what we do in these streams, innit, chat? Keep Sens hydrated and whatnot. So, yeah. Right, now to record the verse riffs. So, the rhythm for the verse riff is essentially just the clean riff that we've recorded in multiple times already. So, in order for it to not sound copy-pasted, I am gonna have to re-record all this again from the beginning. So, one thing that I am gonna do, first and foremost, though, is duplicate a lead track, because I don't have a main solo track yet, and then bring this down. This is, for the time being, going to act as my guide for the vocal melody and guide for rhythm tracks. So basically, so I know where I am in the song, because I tend to forget a lot of my own shit. So, yeah, let's get that recorded in, so... Just remembering how it goes. Alright. And that, I believe, is where the vocal melody ends. So now, to record all these again, because I'm not lazy, I don't like copy-pasting shit. At least when I can avoid it. So, yeah. There's a motorcyclist outside my house, Gromit. Sorry if that came through on the microphone, lap. Anyway, so we'll start with the left side guitar. And just do what we usually do. Is that delayed? It was slightly delayed. So, oh, I think my Amazon parcel or something of the sort is here. I do believe, yep, hold on chat, be right back. I think a parcel's arriving. Convenient, now that I've just started recording it again. Not one of my parcels, were it? Nah, it's all good. Just something for my mum. Oh, God. She's ordered some more clothes off Shein. Which, to be honest, I don't remember if Shein is a good place to buy stuff from or not. I could be wrong, but I've always been skeptical of it. Anyway, where was I? So, clean shit, that's what we're doing. Alright, so the vocal melody rhythm guidance is in time now. I don't know why it decided to slip out of time as badly as it did, but... Okay. Okay. That's the rough idea. It does transition into like a more evil-ish sounding part of the riff, so let me make sure that is now in time. No, it's not. Alright, let's eliminate that dead space between the riff and the... Bring it a tiny bit back, yeah. I'm gonna continue on from here and record the... that bit. I really like that transition, like to the bridge of the song. That's really is one of my favorite clean riffs that I've written, so... And that's where it would repeat to the second verse. That was a pretty good take, if you ask me. So let me see if it needs trimming. Yes, it very much does.
Why do you do this? Why do you have, like, a millisecond delay? It pisses me off. It really does make me angry. What a shame. What a shame.
Alright. So, now we gotta do that again on 2 other channels. So, let's just get it over and done with. to be blunt about it, let's get this shit done. I definitely messed up toward the end.
I buggered it. No.
I'll have to try that again. It's toward around here, like bar 29, or measure 29 to like 31. There is a slight change in the riff where it does the tail end in the middle of it when it's not supposed to, if that makes sense. So usually it's meant to sound like... That's the middle of the riff. But for some reason, during that, I put the tail end there instead, so... That bit, so... It's weird and difficult for me to explain properly, but it's not meant to be there, so... Might have to go back and re-record that bit, but who gives a shit? There we go, all in one fucking take as well. Nice. Nicely done. Nicely done, Jimmy the Odd Gob. So let me trim that down once again. Verse bit sounds good. Let me make sure the bridge sounds alright. Yeah, that sounds good. Right, and because I'm a cheater. Not yet. We'll not copy-paste it until I've got the bass and the middle track recorded in. But verses for my songs are probably the bits that I copy-paste the most. To say that I'd try not to do it, because they're hidden primarily under vocals and the riffs are quite simple, copy-pasting, I feel like I can get away with a tiny bit, and yeah, that kind of goes against, like, oh, it's all going to be done properly, like, in one take, multiple channels, all being different kind of thing. But, I've learned to just kind of be a bit more lenient with the restrictions that I put on myself while recording music, so... Yeah. Let me record in the middle track now. So let me get rid of the left channel and I'll keep the left. I'll remove the right. I'll remove those two, and then go. There we go, another singular take. I feel like I'm getting all of my my good takes in now while I can, so the rest of the song doesn't sound ass, you know. All right, so because I recorded in those clean riffs, they're all good. They're all sounding pretty damn poggers. I should probably get up a picture of what guitar I'm using, because I just remembered, midway through recording that take, I haven't actually shown off the guitar I'm using. So let me transition over to the app hole, just to show it off, because I don't want to bring up any other Chrome tabs. So, Cruiser RX 700. Let me get the image. Oh, there's one in blue. I could get a blue one if I wanted to. Okay, that might be an idea that I do later down the line. Not right now, obviously, but, you know, I wouldn't mind a blue RX 700. Alright, so the guitar I am using today, chat, you're gonna save as a WebP, so let me actually go to the website. Sono Music. It's in Spanish for some reason. And somebody's selling it for like $5,000. Why? Is it 5,000 like American dollars or Canadian? Australian? I don't know. Alright, it's wanting to constantly save it as a WebP file, so let me get Snipping Tool up. Because I feel like Snipping Tool will do me a great service here. Oh, pardon me. But yeah, the guitar that I'm using, it's a Cruiser RX 700. I haven't had it for too long. I got it just before, I think, I started production on The Journey, the album, not the song. So, about just under a year, I want to say. I can probably have a look when I got it on my phone gallery as well. I could have just got a picture off my phone gallery, to be fair. But, when did I get it? When did I purchase this guitar? Out of morbid curiosity. I bought it from a Cash Converters. And I say I bought it. What I really did was traded out my Aria Mac 40, I believe. Essentially, I went in to sell my Aria Mac 40 because I was a bit low on money at the time. And I saw it just sat there on one of the guitar hook things, one of the guitar brackets, that's what they're called. And I thought, hey, that guitar looks pretty cool, and it's only 60 odd quid. So I might see if I can get about like 50 for my guitar, because I had like a tenner at the time. And I got around about like 60 quid in store credit because I was talking to the guy I was selling my guitar to about guitars, because I'm fairly certain he plays bass, and we just kind of generally hit it off in terms of like the nerdy instrument tech talk. And I brought up like, oh, I've just seen that cruiser that's on the wall over there. That's really cool, and I'd actually really like to have that because I'm actually a really big fan of cruiser guitars, like the ones made by Crafter. And again, I can't stress this enough. They are some of the best guitars I've ever played, and it deeply upsets me that Crafter don't make them anymore. At least I don't think they do. So, I essentially traded my Aria for the RX 700, and yeah, it's probably like one of the other axes that I pick up the most compared to like say my my RG 600, which is also a crafter guitar. Yeah, the 26th of February, that's when I got my RX 700, because I still had my Epiphone at the time. Holy shit, I forgot I had an Epiphone Golf Explorer for a minute there. So let me get up the RX 700 on stream for you now for you all to look at, because I really like this guitar. It's one of my favourite ones. It's one of my favourite guitars, you know. Wherever this thing goes, I go. It's kind of a given, because I have to take it places. But yeah, so I'm going to put it a bit horizontally. Not horizontally, diagonally, just so it like fits in frame a lot better. There we go. That's the guitar that I have, that I'm using today. I believe the pickups in it are the stock ones. The tabby. And yeah, so the pickups in it are stock. I've had to change the bridge and the nut at the top. The bridge is it's still a Tune-o-matic style one, but it's a silver chrome one instead of a black Tune-o-matic. I nearly said hardtail then, because the one that it came with was rusty as shit, and I didn't want to risk restringing this thing and having all the strings snap. And the nut was in a very sad state when I bought it, like literally crumbling to pieces. And the high E string, fairly certain, or the low E string, was definitely hanging on for dear life. So yeah, that was very much a thing that needed sorting as soon as physically possible. Yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite guitars, and I'm probably not going to part with this one, just like how I'm not going to part with my RG 600. But the only thing that I'm noticing, especially on the image that I'm using in the stream now, is the headstock. So the bit closest towards me, my PNG tuber, where all the tuning stuff is, that's different on mine. It's a 4 left 6, not a 4 left 6, right? That's a fucking 10 string. 4 6. Goo gaga! I could speak. A 4 left 2 right. There we go. Fuck. Oh god. But yeah, it's got 4 tuners on the left, so from E to G, and then B and E, so the higher strings, are on the right side. And I'll be honest, I kind of like that design a lot more in terms of uniqueness. It's very different from most of the other guitars I have, because I'm fairly certain, aside from my SG, the rest of my guitars are 6 in line on the left. So yeah, plays nice, sounds nice, and overall is a beast. And I'm happy that I've got one. It's another gem of a guitar that's not my Ibanez gem, which I figured out, and I'm fairly certain I have said this on stream. My Ibanez gem is a fake. So I've got that theory confirmed now. It's not a genuine Ibanez gem, unfortunately. So, yeah. But I got it playing and sounding quite nice. Anyway, back to recording tunes. One must do. So now I believe it's time for Le Bass. It's time to record Le Bass guitar. So we've been going for an hour and 35-ish. So we could probably go for another, say, 55 minutes. Get a good majority of this track done within that time. So I'm probably going to lock in and stop yapping for a bit, unless, like, well, knowing me, I probably won't stop yapping, but you know me. Any excuse to talk about guitar stuff, I immediately jump on it, because it's one of my favorite things to do. So, I gotta remember which pickup I used for the bass tone now, so let me do that. And Soundtrap is properly freaking out here, so let me just mute those two tracks as well, because it does overload sometimes. Like, Soundtrap does have genuine overloading issues from time to time. So I'm going to mute both left and right on the clean guitar, just so I have the bass and the middle clean channel, as well as the vocal melody and drums. So, yeah. Or at least when it stops doing that. Alright, hold on. What the fuck is it doing? Let me close and reopen the file, because that's not meant to be happening. Oh boy, technical issues. Woo! Fucking hate them. Oh god, alright. A bit of a Ryan for you while I wait for the fucking file to load back in again. Could load some files, that's alright. There we go, alright, it fixed. It's sorted, chat, we're all good. So let me transition back over to that and close my documents folder, as well as snipping tool. Because it could also be that an excessive amount of tabs being open is what's causing issues. I'm being messaged on Discord, so let me just... Ah, it's me. Oh, shit, let me mute that. Streaming, me recording tunes. Oh, if you're curious. There we go. I put recording instead of recording. Fuck. 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 I can spell. God fucking damn it. Oh, right. Bass time! Bass guitar. Let's introduce the person who plays the bass guitar. Let me check. Yep, no, it's still not been delivered. Alright. Back to it. Alright, that's the bass guitar, I think. Hopefully, because I need to actually... Or is it in time for a change? Let's find out. Let me mute. Let me move it up to the drums just to get a good idea. It's the tiniest bit across and go over here. Trim that so it's there. Okay, I think it should be all good now. So I can delete that one, be a lazy bum, and copy paste, because I'm a fraud. Alright. I believe I can do it again. Hold on. I think I need to trim it. Right, hold on. I think I can remember now how it goes. So, for the solo section, I'm gonna unmute this, boost it up in terms of sound. I'm not gonna record on the middle clean channel this time. I'm going to only record on the left and right for the clean shit. So, first of all, I need to record the solo in, because that will give me guidance on the rhythm parts. So let me turn up the drive for the solo. There we go. And I'll put it on the middle bridge. So, the middle bridge. The middle pickup position. There we go. So, both my bridge and neck. That's where I was going. So I do remember it somewhat. Oh. and then that's when the song would kick into the fucking... that kind of shit, you know? Alright, I am gonna re-record that solo in again, but I'm gonna get the rhythm down first, so we can come back to the solo in a moment. Bridge pickup no more, neck position this time. Gives us that nice clean sound. I'm actually surprised by how nice the neck pickup is. I know I said that earlier, but it genuinely does sound really nice. So, for stock pickups, it sounds gorgeous. Alright. And because that is the extent to the clean bits, I do believe that's recorded in fine. It has! It's actually in time for a change. What the fuck? So, just one more normal clean track, and then the bass, and then re-recording the solo, and then we get to the heavy shit! So, yeah. Or heavy by my standards. Because people's definitions of heavy metal varies, so... Quick sip of water. Because why the hell not? Alright. Oh, never mind. Someone's at the door, Gromit. I will be back in a moment. Ooh, chat, my USS Excelsior's arrived. Oh shit, let me just open this quickly, because I can't live with myself if I don't. You know how it is. Oh, let's give this a quick look. Oh, God. I find that funny. As soon as I go to record the other take, the Excelsior rocks up. Which is funny, because I didn't even see the delivery driver drive past, so... Ain't that some shit? Alright. Packaging. Shit tons of packaging. There it is! The NCC 2000 USS Excelsior. I do believe. Yeah, there it is. Comes with a magazine as well, because it's an Eagle Moss one. Wicked! Fucking wicked! Alright. Cool. I do believe I have the, I have the Refit Enterprise with me as well, so that's actually kind of funny. Alright, I'll open that up in a bit. Actually getting this thing out of the box. But, for now, back to music! Because that's what I was doing beforehand. So, yeah. Scissors away as well. Right. What are the fucking chances of that happening? Oh, god damn it. Alright. Back to it. need to re-record this bit because I fucked that up. Yeah, okay, so I definitely do need to re-record the solo because it goes out of time when the more weirder sounding shit comes in, but that was a fret too low. Whoops. Oopsie doopsie. And I wasn't even recording it on the right channel, but well. Alright, that's the rhythm done, so let's re-record this hello. So let me work my pedals back on. That's what those noises are, by the way, like the clicking shit. Those are my effect pedals, so yeah, if you've heard that throughout the stream, I will apologize, but that's just what I've got to do. As a guitarist, I've got to activate shit and deactivate shit when need be. Solo time! Bridge this time. Could do with trying that again. I wasn't too happy with that. There we go. That could be the take. So let me make sure it's actually in time first. It's a slight bit out. Alright, that sounds pretty good. Also, I couldn't help myself. I opened the Excelsior. I couldn't help it. But yeah, that sounds pretty good. That sounds in time. So, I do believe now all we have to do for that is this. So, once I've got the stand up for the Excelsior, because again, I can't fucking... I'm impatient when it comes to having new shit. Like, new things that arrive in the mail, I get very excited for. So, yeah, I'll apologize if you could hear package noises. Let me drop a tune and then put the Excelsior on the stand. Oh, look at that. I mean, you guys can't see, obviously, because I haven't got a webcam, but god damn! Oh, the Excelsior is a sexy starship. God damn. Alright. I think I might actually prefer that to the Refit Enterprise. I'm not sure about the long nacelles, though. I'll be honest. You're getting my first opinions on this. The nacelles are quite long, but that's, I guess, just part of the design philosophy for the Excelsior. Yeah, that looks pretty damn gorgeous. That's a nice model. Right. Bass guitar. Let's get that in. Hopefully that's good. Again, take a shot every time I say alright. You will be on the floor. You'll probably be dead by now, actually. I do apologize if I caused any incidents. Okay. Alright, yeah, that's good. Okay, so, now that we have essentially finished the first half of the song, so, clean shit and whatnot, and the solo, the bass, and everything else, I think it's time we did the heavy shit. So, I am going to trim these down. Oh wait, no, not the clean channels at least. Because I need to create duplicate tracks of the riff ones. So that can go to the left, fully and fully. Fully! Coming! Sorry. Fucking the way I said fully then reminded me of the tenor. Funny haha, he's the one. The king of only. He's groovy and never gloomy. I'm quoting it in full. Alright, so what I want now is bridge position, drive down back to 11 o'clock-ish. Alright, one of the riffs I'm dreading recording is the... Because I've got to get them pinch harmonics right on the... That one. So, fingers crossed that sounds alright when we get to it. Anyway. Heavy shit. That riff is one of my favorite, like, distortion riffs I've ever written, but I can never get it consistent because of the pinch harmonics, so... Alright, I think that is slightly behind with the latency. So about that should do. Okay, let's try that. Give a channel. It skipped forward. It fucking threw me off then. God damn you. I don't know if that's coming through on stream, but it really does annoy me when it does that. Alright. Let's bring that over. And... that sounds pretty good, if you ask me. Let me just trim these down, so that's there. Alright. I know that this bit is looped quite a lot, and I'll be honest, I am probably going to try and get some more unique drum patterns in that bit, but for the most part, I think it carries this whole section quite well on its own as is, so... feel like that one is slightly behind. Yeah, alright, that sounds better. It's those tiny little differences that you notice, like, as a musician. Like, sometimes something will be out of time by the most minuscule fraction of a second, and you'll just be able to notice it if you're attuned to that kind of shit. So, yeah, that's very fun. I do believe we have to record more rhythm guitar on the clean shit here, so let me... I was playing it wrong. I was doing it as a normal power chord as opposed to a... So I was doing this. Playing it like a normal power chord, whereas I was supposed to be playing it like... It was like the 5th on the low E string. I think that's the 5th on the low E string. I could be wrong. Feel free to correct me if I am, because I didn't do music theory, funnily enough. So, yeah. Alright. Let's get them in then. Get them pre-rips in, man. And just to make sure that's in time. I don't want to loop a recording area, thank you very much, Soundtrap. Alright, let's record in this one now, so unmute. Unmute the track. Oh wait, no, it's because I had the headphones on in it. Alright, let's do another. I've got a feeling I'm going to say, you're recording on the wrong track, stop doing that. I just sniped that as soon as you went to do it. Anyway. I keep saying... Stop. But yeah, I keep repeating myself with a lot of stuff today, which I will apologize for, chat. I don't know why I keep saying that. Alright, okay, let's get this shit. Not happy with that take. Hopefully. Move this up. I think, actually, as much as I want to get this done, that's a substantial amount of progress on a track there. So I think I am going to save it for either spare time or another time. But yeah, that's basically how I record shit. Actually, a lot more successful of a stream than the BandLab one, I dare say. So, yeah. So, you're gonna hear me unplugging a lot of shit right now. Because, I'm gonna put my guitar stuff away now. Shit. Knocking things over. I'm done recording for today in terms of music stuff. I feel like I've done quite a lot there. So, thank you all to the people in the chat that joined earlier in the stream. I feel like it's just been me on my own for a good majority of this one, which I can understand why. Recording music stuff, it's not usually what I do, but I wanted to try something different, and pardon me, good lord, I don't know why this chocolate that I've had, or like the water for some reason, is getting it to me as much as it is. But yeah, thank you to all the people who showed up in chat earlier today, and occasionally throughout the stream, like Zito, Guizito, and Banana, Big Lad Melton, the usual folk, you know. But yeah, thank you all for showing up today. So, if you want more music kind of stuff like what I've been doing today, my Soul Fountain channel is down in the description. That's what I've been recording for today. It's one of the tracks from an older album, granted, but still one that I've done in the past. So if you want to check that out, by all means, that's in the description, as is our Discord server, as usual. So you get updates on when I'm streaming, what I'm streaming, and generally a chill place to hang out. Hi, Sylvia. Unfortunately, you've made it toward the tail end of the stream again. I'm really sorry. I'm very, very bad with timing, it would seem, with people joining, but it's because I've started a lot earlier than I normally would have done today, so hello, Sylvia. Also, happy Halloween. Happy Halloween indeed, yes. That will be a thing that we do. I won't be able to stream Halloween, actually, because I do have an event on the day of, so unfortunately I won't be able to make a stream on that day. But you can guarantee that we will be doing some more horror-related stuff later on in the month, because I really do like want to watch the Walton Files again. Dang, it's okay. It's alright. I feel bad for having just decided to end the stream and then you show up, because it tends to happen a lot, but there is always the archive. Oh yeah, I have a competition on Halloween. Nice, nice. I've just got like a social gathering thing, so it's nothing special, but I am going dressed up. Still need to decide who I'm going dressed up as. So, yeah. But yeah, so Discord and Soul Fountain stuff is in the description, as well as my webcomic, which I will be drawing stuff for tomorrow on a drawing stream. Usual time tomorrow as well, so it won't be a very early stream like today's was. So, yeah. Thank you all for joining. Have a good rest of your day, chat, or morning, evening, night, whatever time zone it is, because it's the afternoon now for me, which is something I never thought I would be saying on a stream, but here we are. Anyway, have a good rest of your day, or whatever it is, and I will see you all tomorrow for drawing some Otherworld themed stuff. Probably going to be finishing those panels. Hope you have a good time at your party. I hope you have a good time at the competition on Halloween, Sylvia. I hope it goes well, and I hope you win lots of things. So, yeah. Goodbye, chat, and I'll see you all